You want to know why most businesses fail? It's not because they run out of money. They run out of money because they make the single dumbest decision you can make on day one. They try to sell to everyone. They think that being broad is safe. Being broad is suicide. It's a guarantee that you'll be ignored. It's a guarantee that you'll burn through cash. You're fighting the scraps against giants who don't even know you exist. In the last video, we started the 90-day clock on 10K a month. Today, we're just going to make one decision that matters way more than any other. We're not just choosing a niche. We're picking a fight. We're finding one specific person with one specific bleeding neck problem, and we are going to become the only logical solution to them on planet Earth. Forget everything you know about strategy. Let's go to war. Alright, looking at my screen, this isn't a brainstorming session. This is a process of elimination. We need to kill ideas fast until only the strongest survives. We're looking for a market that is painful, profitable, and reachable. So let's just throw some ideas on the board. Let's go, how about healthcare? They've got money, sure. Some of the drawbacks, long sales cycles, already not starting to look good because we want to make this $10,000 a month within 90 days. Also, there's ambiguity in decision makers, right? Usually quite a big board of decision makers. So what we're going to do with healthcare, we're just going to say, you know what, let's you take a back seat and let's make this red instead. So you take a back seat. So let's do the next one. What do you think about something a little bit safer, B2B SaaS? I like B2B SaaS. I think the problem with B2B SaaS, they definitely have funding, especially if they're SOC certified, and integrating AI is sure to be an issue there. It's a market we can look at. Problem is that there's 1,000 guys like me are after them. So it's really a red ocean. So it's a red ocean. I think it's saturated. And what saturation really means for us is that when we're going in with our offer, it means that there's going to be 10,000 others like us. And that is going to lengthen the sales cycle. And if we want to do this in 90 days, we're not going to be able to. So I'm going to kill B2B SaaS right here. Next one, let's have a think about, how about finance? Finance seems decent. They have the money, but they're dominated by billion-dollar incumbents, and we don't have time for a siege. Processes here are not going to help us. Internal processes too cumbersome. So I'm going to kill this one as well. So what I'm thinking is a niche that is data rich with sensitive data, where the founder or the owner is still very much responsible for nearly everything and their lives sort of depend on it. And so what I think an industry that is still using antiquated methods is something in the legal industry. I think that's something that could work. They're dealing with nation state level secrets in M&A deals, but they're often running on tech from 1995. If they're advanced, maybe 2005, but still it's not a market, it's an opportunity. And if you look at law firms, that's still a country. We need a zip code. But at least we've gotten to the point where we now understand that this is a good market for us to target. We're on the ground. Let's see what Sales Navigator has to say. Inside Sales Navigator, we're just going to find out how many opportunities there are. And let's keep this really, really simple. Now, I want to deal only with those who have a little bit of money. I'm not too big. So 11 to 50, because the owner should still be very much involved. And they usually have a terrifying fear of not making payroll, right? And let's say the industry, I'm sure there's an industry for legal. Industry, legal services. Boom, 52,000 results. That's not a market, that's a hit list. Now, what's the single biggest fear? It's not getting hacked. That's just a nuisance. The fear is a career-ending, firm-destroying phone call from a client whose billion-dollar deal you just blew up because of a leak. The pain isn't the breach, it's the disbarment, it's the malpractice lawsuit, it's total annihilation. And we don't have to guess. The internet is littered with corpses of firms that got this wrong. The blood's in the water. This is our signal, right? So the GTM plan is basically going to write itself. It's not a 50-page document. It's a 3-line attack plan. First line, the bait. It's not a checklist. It's a confidential threat briefing. The top 3 ways law firms are leaking client data and how to plug the gaps tonight. exclusive, it's urgent, it's valuable. Another viable alternative is a roundtable discussion with a topic like keeping client data safe from malicious AI. Why? Because we want to be relevant and emphasize the extremes of the dark side of AI as well. Next line of our GTM plan. Infiltration. We don't just use channels, we infiltrate the world. We run hyper-targeted LinkedIn campaigns, email campaigns directly at these managing partners on our, not our lead list, on our hit list. Okay, that's the raw intelligence, but strategy is useless until there's a real plan of attack. Now I'm not going to make you watch me type and format a document for an hour. So like a cooking show, I'm going to put this in the oven, right? And the way I'm going to do that, I'm actually going to share my screen and I'm going to show you a little GTM, a gem that I've created. So I've actually asked Gemini to train this gem for me. And what I've done is I've added all of the GTM plans that I've created in the last few months. All of the signals, everything's contained in this gem in Gemini. And this gem is responsible for creating high quality GTM plans. All we need to do is give it a target, tell it where to shoot, and it'll give us a really good plan. So please create a GTM plan for an MSSP looking to create $10,000 a month in recurring revenue from law firms, 10 to 50 employees, from digital forensics, incident response, anti-ransomware installation through Cyber Crucible as the primary vendor. We're going to go with Cyber Crucible because they're well priced. They've got 100% track record. They've never been bypassed, ever. And so it makes credibility a lot easier when our vendor, our expert comes on board later on. We want to make sure that this is a canvas because we want to kick this out as a live document. So let's hit that and let's just let that run for a second. All right, so we've chose the name 10-second security. It's a strong name. That's all I could come up with in 10 seconds. Notice I didn't care much about the name. You shouldn't either. So it's asking me a couple of questions. A target persona, let's call this partner, probably IT manager. 2, servicing and pricing model, come up with something. 3, market positioning, come up with something. Right, and let it run. All right, so it looks like it's come up with something. Let's have a quick read through this to see if it's any good. Our mission: to become the leading managed security service provider to law firms for 10 to 50 employees. GTM plan provides detailed strategy for 10-second security to achieve $10,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Great, that's what we want. Our ideal customer profile: legal services, law firms, 10 to 50 employees. Great. Managing partner, yes. IT manager, yes, that looks good. That's our pricing strategy. Comprehensive, designed specifically for law firm. 24/7 SOC, active anti-ransomware, compliance and reporting, monthly reports. Great. Pricing model, $2,500 a month. Path to 10,000 MRR. Secure 4 new law firm clients in advanced threat defense plan. Right. What's our positioning from small to mid firm? Is the specialist cybersecurity partner that safeguards your reputation and revenue. It's a good positioning because the revenue bit's really, really important here. Competitive landscape: generalists, IT providers, in-house IT teams, other MSSPs. So we need to understand who we are going up against. But because we are in the 10 to 50 employee space, this is going to be a little bit easier to overcome because they're usually a little bit more consultative at that size. Go-to-market and tactics. Tactic 1. Right, so what I've done here, I've actually asked it to generate mermaid diagrams for me. So what I'm going to do, the finished diagram, actually going to drop in a Google Doc for you. It's going to be in the description below. It looks like data breach news. So what we're doing here is we're going to use some tools to find data breaches so we can proactively reach out to them once that happens. Anyone who hires a new IT person, they would want to make sure that their IT infrastructure is actually in place and that they don't get hacked. That's a really bad look for them. So that's the person we want to reach out to immediately. We want to monitor for regulatory changes. This is really good stuff. And then we want to run a legal tech webinar funnel. So this is just to find digital hand raisers. Let's look at the data stack: LinkedIn, Sales Navigator, Play, Instantly or Smart Lead, High Reach, the Growth Machine, News Monitoring, Google Alerts, industry-specific news. So I'd probably add a couple more here, like Predict Leads, maybe some bird dog signals. But this is a decent plan. This is a really decent plan. I'm going to click this button and export this out to Google Docs, and I'll share that with you in the description. If you want the gem as well, I'll show you how I've created that. I just need you to let me know down in the comments. Right. So now we've got a finished GTM attack plan. It's clean, it's simple, It's deadly. It's got a couple of tactics that are killer. Notice that it's not just spray and pray. We're actually doing signal-based outreach, so it's always relevant. Our attack plan, it's got our target, it's got the fear, it's got the objective, it's got the bait, and the infiltration plan, and most importantly, the interception plan. Interception plan is we want to intercept their buying intent while they're looking for this service. It's a map that will guide every decision from here out. The spear's forged, we have a target, we know their deepest fear, we've got the bait, but the spearhead really is useless without someone to wield it. I'm just the GTM guy, I'm not the operator, so the mission's going to change. We're going to find the hunter. We're hunting for the hunter. We need to find our first spoke in our hub and spoke model, an elite cybersecurity expert who eats, sleeps, and breathes compliance and incident response for breakfast. We're going to take this attack plan, we're going to find the best in the business and make them an offer they can't refuse. The next video, we're going to build the machine to find that person. You'll see the exact messages, the pitch, the raw, unfiltered process of recruiting an A player. This is where the business truly begins. And by the way, if you want this exact GTM plan for your own business, it's in the description below. It's no charge. It's my gift to you for joining the fight. Go get it. Keep it locked down here. Watch it happen. Clock's ticking.